out of Auckland for a quick morning dive. Almost there. It's a beautiful day. Incoming tide looks like it's going to be late morning, high tide, so current pushing, all good. Minimal swell, minimal wind, so pretty much all the good signs for a good little dive. Let's just hope the fish are there, and we'll see you at the beach soon. Alright, we are in the money. Beautiful morning. Sun's just peeking up. Just as I arrived, there was a guy walking out, another Spearo with his float boat and gun, so won't be alone unfortunately, but that's all good. Make do as long as more people don't turn up. Yeah, so float boat once again, Kaiwaka. I've got a little spare roller gun strapped in. I like to have two guns when I'm out doing these solo dives. Two knives, a bit overkill, but you never know what can happen, so yeah, better get in there and shoot some fish before he does. Righto, we're just gonna jump in here, cruise out through this channel, up to a bit of a rocky outcrop, so let's go. Alright, well, there's not much swell, just a few little waves rolling on, which is nice. Can get quite rough here. Can just make the call now with the two. Oh. Fresh. Take the call whether to go straight out or check on some of these rocks in close for a snapper. Get through this first. Alright, into it. Beautiful morning. Well, it's usually quite clean here. Really green and dirty as you can see, so we'll cruise out. Hopefully it's a bit cleaner out further, but otherwise we'll have to change spots. It's disgusting down there, it's so green. No sign of life of fish. Been diving about 5 or 10 minutes. Just not worth it, so get a call at the spot and move down or up the coast and try and find some viz somewhere. It's just terrible here. So I'll have to pick it later if I get back in. I highly recommend getting a float boat if you haven't got one already. If you're doing shore dives, it's just so good. Makes life a lot easier coming back in. Try and surf waves like this. No, it's they're awesome when you're buggered. You just climb up on the wave back in. So yeah, and you can put your fish in them. So pretty handy. Oh well, can't win them all, eh? We'll move on and see if we can find somewhere else this morning before it heats up too much. Nice. Well, there wasn't exactly much going on there. I don't mind dirty water, but that was just too dirty. There's nothing there to see, so all good. So we've got about a half-hour drive down the coast. I'm going to try another spot. Can't be bothered taking the wetsuit off, so we're driving in the wetsuit, and hopefully it's a bit cleaner down there. I thought this would be the best bet, so I'm not optimistic, but that's plan B. I've got plan C as well if that fails, so see you soon. Alright, we're here at the next spot, the old famous T point, so let's give it a crack. Hopefully there's some visibility here and some fish, so let's do it. Well, been hard work kicking around this corner. The current's pushing really hard, but that's good. Current's good. It's just amazing conditions. Quite clean and just dead calm, like a glass over. So yeah, we'll keep pushing. A bit further to go till we get to the good reefs, and then see what we can find. With really nice viz, I could almost spot fish from the bottom. What fish there weren't many at all, but it was nice to be able to just cruise along the surface and then pick my spot to dive down and have a hunt. It's pretty fruitless though, very, very quiet. Quite good to see at least one fish, a red moki, had survived the onslaught of divers at a spot like this. Yeah, anyways, kept hunting, kept searching, and started to find some bait fish, so hang around for a kingfish to turn up. After about an hour of fruitless searching, nothing was happening, so Plan C came into effect, and yeah, cruised back to a nice rock I found with some oysters on it. as you can see, it was nice shallow diving, so made for easy gathering. Wow, it's been super quiet. One of the most quiet dives I've had. Has to be one of the top most quiet dives I've had ever. Just seen nothing, just dead, calm, not a sign of bait fish or anything. So grabbed some oysters. Those were some not bad sized little Pacific rock oysters. Might grab a few more further down the line back to the car park, and yeah, at least I got a feed of oysters for dinner, so we'll see. Something might swim by yet, but not looking very hopeful. Anyways, beautiful day out as usual. Carry on. I didn't quite have the camera angle set up right, but at the top of the screen there you can see a weird eel looking thing creeping back into his hole with a big beak. Anyone know the name of this? Chuck it in the comments. Right guys, back home. Hard day diving, but we ended up with some oysters at least. Got a nice container full there, so yeah, gonna whack them in the freezer. It's a little trick to open them up. We'll put them in the freezer, bring them out in a few hours, and they'll naturally open up, and then I don't have to cut my hands open again like usual trying to open these things up. So yeah, we'll whack them in here, and next to the bunny, on top of the goat, next to the venison and butterfish. Right, we'll leave that for an hour or two, and that'd be a nice little afternoon snack. So, see you soon. Righto guys, we pulled these oysters out of the freezer, and haven't done this for a few years, but last time I did this, yeah, we just chucked them in the freezer, and once they kind of started defrosting, they just opened up, and yeah, it was real easy to get them out. Anyways, we'll give it a go and see what we can get out of these things. A few little nice fatties in here. Hopefully there's something tasty inside. Hey guys, well, I've got the oysters out of the freezer. They've been in there for a couple of hours, and then I've had them out for about an hour defrosting. They haven't quite opened up like I thought they would. Like years ago when I heard about this trick, we did them, and it works really well. They just cracked open once they're defrosted. But I've done a couple here, you can see, and there's some beautiful, nice little fat oysters in there for a rock oyster. I'm pretty happy about the result. So. Must be the right time of year, September, mid-September if you want to know, and if you're watching this down the line. Anyways, they kind of are opening up. They're just still a bit of work to them. Oh man. There we go. So, Nice little oysters, beautiful, creamy little things. Actually, that just looks too good. We'll do a bit of a test, eh? The lemon. Fresh as. Yeah, so good. So good. Little oyster, but tasty. Anyways, so we're going to shuck the rest. You can get a lot of these, I think the limit's about $2.50. Well, it is, yeah. The limit's $2.50 per person per day in New Zealand, which is a lot. A dozen or 2 dozen will be plenty for a feed. Yeah, though there's the Rock Oysters, and then there's the Pacific Rock Oysters in New Zealand, which are quite aggressive and actually kind of taken over a lot of these. Yeah, but hey, they're both good. There's plenty around, so just checking estuaries to harbours and sandy muddy bottoms yeah, near these places, and often rocks will be covered in them. Chuck your snorkel on, mask, and often just a metre underwater you can just get a good harvest. So there's heaps of options for a feed in New Zealand. It doesn't have to be, you know, big fish, kingfish and the old snapper. Have a look around, different species, and yeah, if you like oysters, I'd go get a feed of these. These little tiny little ones, they've got a nice little creamy oyster in them. So opening them up, you want to come in at the rear, the back. You can see kind of where the hinge is. Just need to wiggle your knife in and then just twist and they'll pop. Careful not to slip and cut your hand. I've done it a few times with oysters in the past, so yeah. But it's not too hard. Maybe if I left them a little bit open longer, they would open up, but they're opening up all right. So yeah, we'll finish the rest and have a bit of a feast. Fresh oysters, can't complain. One last fun fact for you. Because like New Zealand waters are so clean, generally, not all places, but in most cases we've got really good clean water here. So as these are filter feeders, you need to be careful. Whoa. So I know oysters in some places around the world, you can't eat them raw, you have to cook them, but we're quite lucky here. And eating raw is fine, so as long as you're not collecting them from downtown Auckland or somewhere like that, then you think you're going to be pretty safe. So that's a small one, but we'll eat them. You can see the hinge there at the back. Wiggle in and twist. Pops open. Bob's your uncle. Alright guys, we just shucked all these oysters, and there's some beauties in there. Look at that, for a rock oyster. Size of my hand, it's a good one. So there's a few nice fat oysters in here, and I'm just going to whip up a bit of an onion lemon mixture, and that's going to go on top, and time to eat. Okay guys, I'm just going to do a real simple little, I guess you call it a sauce, I'm not sure, for the top of the oysters. So red onion and lemon, simple as. If you don't like oysters, maybe try something like this, like a lemon, onion, even a bit of sugar mixed into it, something just to offset that taste, and I'm sure you'll get to like them. That goes with all seafood. Like, I used to hate oysters, and then I first had them in South Africa, and I had it with a red onion, and it was just beautiful. So, and I love them ever since. Goes with fish like kaiwaka, butterfish. People, you know, have bad stuff to say about so many different fish species. Just need to cook them different. Like butterfish, yeah, by itself I find it quite boring, and I don't like it, but crumbed up, I think it's one of the best crumb fish there are. So, and kaiwaka, people don't like kaiwaka, maybe don't cook it. Kaiwaka sashimi is, I'd say, top 3 sashimi, so I love it. So anyways, gotta try things, eh? So, nice sharp knife. And so we're just going to finely chop some red onion. Okay guys, that's not bad. Can be fine if you want, but just reasonably fine. And then lemon, simple as that. Just squeeze a good amount of lemon in there, or without the seeds. Anyways, alright, mix that up, whip some of those seeds out which got in there. That's not really fun. I want to keep it semi-presentable, something that resembles an oyster in a restaurant. Alright guys, and there we have it, some home oysters, NZ Rock Oysters, and just a little sauce to go. And geez, I better do the honours with this big fat one, eh? Put that on there. Beautiful. Just like in the restaurants. Better. Alright guys, cheers for watching that one. I know we didn't really, well, we didn't get any fish, but it's diving and fishing, guys. You don't always, you know, shoot big kingfish or snapper every time. Some days it is just shit, but hey, there's always something to grab. Shellfish, oysters for example, so think outside the box, and plenty of food out there for everyone. Get into it. Cheers for watching. See you next episode. Stay safe out there and go get a feed. Cheers.